A popular native perennial in my area is Echinacea, or purple coneflower. What I want to show you how to do in this video is how to collect your Echinacea seed, store your Echinacea seed, so next year you can plant more of it in your yard. Hi, I'm Dr. Tom Warren, and you're watching The Plant Doctor. Let's get started. The growing season is over here where I'm at in North Alabama, and our perennials have gone dormant. I've actually left these Echinacea seed heads up for a very long time because the native birds come in and feed on these. In particular, the yellow golden finches, they migrate through here every year. I see them in October and November, and they just love these little Echinaceas here. They eat the seeds off of them. And then around the time of December, January, they disappear, and we really don't have that many more birds that are feeding on them. So I let the birds come through, get what they want, and then around January, I'm doing this on January the 7th, I come in and I'm going to remove some of these seed heads. I'll still leave some up for the birds, but I'm going to remove some seed heads for seed that we can use elsewhere in the yard next year. So the tools you'll need for the job, you need a good pair of hand snips. I've got a pair of Felcos here. My favorite brand of hand snips are Felcos. I'll leave a link down in the description below for those. You need something to put your seed in. I'm gonna put mine in a Rubbermaid, and I'll show you why here in a minute. A hard container will actually help us get some of the seeds off of these seed heads. But you wanna make sure that your seed heads are dried out. You want dormant Echinacea. Don't collect seeds that are on fresh flowers. So if you see pink flowers or purple flowers and the seeds are starting to form, it's too early. Let them die back, and then you can collect these seeds. So we're gonna go through, I'm gonna collect 4 or 5 of these for demonstration. And what we're going to do is put these in this Rubbermaid. And one way we can get some of these seed heads off to begin with is just to shake the Rubbermaid. And we'll shake this for, I don't know, 10 or 15 seconds here. And that's giving me a couple of things here. Yeah, we're knocking off some seeds, but it's also giving me a place where I can go in and start to get my finger inside of this seed head and begin to remove some seeds, because these seeds are a little bit prickly. So by shaking it, it knocked a few of them off. And then I got a place to get my thumb in there, and we're just going to remove these seed heads. Once we have successfully removed the seeds from the seed heads, you're going to be left with something like this. Okay, this is garbage. We don't need this anymore. You can throw it in the compost, throw it in the trash, whatever you need to do with it. But just off of a few Echinacea seed heads, we've gotten hundreds of seeds. Okay, so we've come inside to get out of the wind. It was hard to show you guys exactly what a seed looks like in the wind because it was blowing around so much. But a lot of this is chaff. So like down in here, all this is chaff. But what we're looking for, I've got a few pulled out here. There's a seed there. I'm gonna try to zoom in on this as much as I can. These little hard white flecks. They'll be harder than the chaff. You'll be able to tell them apart. But there's one right there as well. Here's another one. Right there. So there's several in here. There's actually around 100 or so in here if I wanted to spend the time and clean all this out. But I just wanted to show you exactly what you're looking for. So these long skinny things right here, these are not the seeds. That's the chaff, okay? And so the seeds are underneath them. There's a seed, there's a seed, there's a seed. So there's 2 ways we can go about this. If you wanted to, you could go through and pull all these seeds out. I'm not going to do that because how I plant these is I'll go out in a flower bed and literally just rake back the pine straw and just grab the chaff and everything and just start spreading it around everywhere. So what I do, I'm going to get these 2 big seed heads out of here. And this is another good reason to use a Rubbermaid or anything with a corner, okay? So we have a Ziploc bag here. I've got it dated. It says Echinacea, December 2023 to January 2024. I started collecting seed in December, and I'm going to end in January. So I'll have several bags of these when I'm done. All we got to do is take this, and all of those seeds are now in the bag. See, it's pretty clean. So now all we have to do with our bag is simple. We're going to put this in the crisper of the refrigerator. It doesn't necessarily have to go in the crisper. I just put a lot of seeds in my crisper for organization. So I'm going to put these in the fridge, And they're going to stay there until I'm ready to plant them. I'm going to plant these probably starting in March in my area. I live in zone 8A, and I'm going to put these out in March. I'll rake back some pine straw or leaves or whatever's in the flower bed. I'll scatter these seeds around, throw the pine straw, the mulch, whatever back on top of it. And by April, May timeframe, we're going to start to see some echinacea come up. Guys, as always, thank you for watching A Plant Doctor. And until next time, happy gardening.